we may not know who controls the U.S. Senate until next year. So to help us explain why, CBS Chief Congressional Correspondent Nancy Cordes.
So, Nora, Democrats are going to add to their seats in the Senate, but it's kind of like getting a bike for your birthday is really nice unless you thought you were getting a car. So they thought they were getting the car. They thought that they had a really good shot at taking the majority in the Senate. And it's still possible, but to do it, they would have to ride that bike through some very challenging territory, namely North Carolina and Georgia. They need to win 2 more seats, most likely. So North Carolina, still a toss-up at this hour. And the margin between Tom Tillis and Cal Cunningham is a little larger than the margin between President Trump and Joe Biden. President Trump and Joe Biden are about 1.5 points apart, and this race is 1.9.
The polls were so wrong.
They were so wrong.
They were saying that Cal Cunningham was going to defeat the incumbent.
Here and in a lot of places. So Democrats are doing a lot of soul searching today, trying to figure out why their data was wrong, whether they didn't turn out the right people, whether they didn't register enough voters, and they're watching this race. Another race that they're watching very closely is in Georgia, where David Perdue, you'll notice, is ahead of the Democrat Jon Ossoff. But take a look at where Perdue is. He's at 50.2%. If Ossoff can pull him down as we continue to count the votes below 50%, this race will actually go to a runoff, which will take place in January. We already know that the other Georgia Senate race is definitely going to a runoff in January. So that's why we may not know which party controls the Senate until then.
And the control of in the Senate is so important because whomever is president needs the Senate to really get judges passed, any of their big agenda.
Right. Even having 1 or 2 more Senate seats changes the whole ballgame for Democrats.
All right, Nancy Cordes, thank you. And we'll be right back with some closing thoughts.